Greetings and welcome to our third day of Kwanzaa, Ujima, collective work and responsibility. So, today is a great day to garden, to come together as a family and cook a meal, or to just go around and talk about all the different ways you would like to come together as a collective in your community for 2024. So as always, when I begin a Kwanzaa ceremony and I find myself at the head of the altar, I will ask my elder, do I have permission to speak? And my elder will say yes or no. If my elder gives me permission to speak, I will proceed with the ceremony or commence the ceremony. So, remember, Black stands for the people. Red stands for our struggle, and green stands for us prospering despite our struggles. So, we light the black candle for Umoja. Remember that, if it lights right, remember that we go left to right, in and making our way out. So, the red candle for Kuji Shagalia, self-determination. And today, we finally get to light our first green candle for Ujima, collective work and responsibility. All right then. So now I would take the Kikombe Sha Umoja, or the Unity Cup, and I would put my intentions in it, my prayers, my love, my peace. I may drink from it, and I would pass it on to my family members or community members so they can also do the same. And then we would begin the libations ceremony. So, I would like to give thanks for Lillian Granderson or Mila Ann Granson. Ashe. I would like to show honor and respect to Joseph Sinke. Ashe. Love and respect to Toussaint Louverture. Ashe. And let us show honor and respect to Flojo. Florence Joyner, I believe is her full name. Ashe. After we all show our love and respect for our ancestors and those who have passed on, I would then go around my family circle or community circle, and we would all talk about what collective work and responsibility means to us and how we would like to show efforts towards that in 2024. All right, so I am wishing you all a happy Ujima, all right, and that you meditate on the principle and that you're able to do something today towards the principle. I would like to talk about the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was the president of the UNIA, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. He actually created a ship called the Black Star Line to take African Americans and other members of the Pan-African community back and forth to Africa. Unfortunately, under President Hoover, he was convicted of mail fraud, taken to jail, and deported back to Jamaica. Now, Marcus Garvey was a traveler. Even though he was born in Jamaica, he had traveled to many different Latin countries, had studies in London, obviously was able to spend time in America. He's a very controversial figure because he challenged W.E.B. Du Bois in wanting racial separation instead of integration. Now, it's very important to also recognize that Marcus Garvey was a Black nationalist. This is someone, when you call yourself a Black nationalist, who would like for African Americans to have their own country, their own nation, their own flag, their own national anthem, all of these things. This is where we get the Pan-African flag Or if you know anything about African American history, that African Americans also have their own flag, correct? And we also have our own national anthem. This comes from the, I'm about to say vibration and frequency, but this comes from the the history of Black nationalism and us wanting our own, us wanting to be sovereign and wanting to seek a country for ourselves outside of America, outside of colonialism, Europe, London, etc. Now, I'm summarizing all of this, but as we all know, anyone who considers himself Afrocentric, or if any of us still consider ourselves Black nationalists, anything like that, we know how dear and true Marcus Garvey is to our hearts, right? And even if you consider yourself Rastafarian or Rastafari, I shouldn't say Ian, they don't believe in the Ian. So, yes, definitely when you think of Ujima, you can think about the collective work and responsibility that Marcus Garvey would leave for us. Here's a fun fact about Africa. Did you know about the Great Rift Valley? The Great Rift Valley is a geological wonder stretching over 7,000 kilometers. It's a diverse landscape, including deep rifts, volcanoes, and lakes such as Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika. I think I'm saying that right, Lake Tanganyika. But I am learning just as you guys are as well. So, the more you know.